The company's annual gala was one of those over-the-top affairs where everyone dressed like they were walking a red carpet. Sequined gowns, tailored tuxedos, and practiced smiles that barely masked office rivalries. I walked in with my wife's hand in mine, expecting her to stay by my side the way she always had at these events. Instead, the instant she spotted her boss across the room, she let go of my hand so quickly you'd think it was on fire. Her entire face lit up in a way I hadn't seen directed at me in years. She practically glided toward him, that exaggerated, throaty laugh already ringing out and drawing sympathetic glances from a few co-workers who clearly knew more than I did. I followed at a calm distance and watched her position herself perfectly. Chin lifted, shoulders back, body angled toward him like every word out of his mouth was gold. He ate it up, sliding one arm along the back of the couch behind her, not quite touching, but close enough to stake territory. She introduced me with a flick of her wrist and a bored, "Oh, this is my husband Caleb," as if I were a distant acquaintance she'd barely remembered to bring. Then, loud enough for half the room to hear, she gushed, "Nathaniel is honestly the most impressive man I've ever worked for. I mean, look at him. He basically runs this company single-handedly." Nathaniel's smug grin widened, and something possessive flashed in his eyes that no married woman's boss should ever direct at her in public. I let her keep talking. She couldn't stop. His vision, his leadership, how real men like him actually get things done. Every compliment landed like a dart, and after each one, she shot me a quick sideways glance, testing how much I would take. Co-workers shifted awkwardly, suddenly fascinated by their drinks. Even Nathaniel looked a little uncomfortable with the intensity of her worship, but he wasn't about to stop it. Then he rested his hand on her lower back, far too low and for far too long. She didn't flinch. She leaned into it. That's when he sealed both their fates. With a sleazy little smirk, he announced, "She's my most dedicated employee, always available whenever I need her." The word "available" hung in the air like smoke. His own assistant winced. My wife giggled and playfully touched his chest, a gesture so intimate it made nearby conversations die mid-sentence. I stepped forward, slow and deliberate, and placed my hand gently around her waist, not possessive, just present. She stiffened instantly, not from surprise, from dread. Nathaniel sensed the shift and straightened, his mask of confidence cracking. I leaned in until my lips nearly brushed her ear and whispered, soft enough that only she could hear, "I know about the hotel in Kansas City, the 2 a.m., texts, the deleted call logs, and the email Nathaniel sent you last night begging you not to report him to HR." Her body went rigid. The fake smile collapsed. Color drained from her face so fast she looked ghost white under the ballroom lights. I turned to Nathaniel, voice still low and even. "You should have chosen someone smarter. HR already has the screenshots. The executive board gets the full file Monday morning." His smug expression shattered. Jaw slack, eyes wide, he took an actual step backward like I'd punched him. His own VP, who had overheard just enough, was already heading our way with a look that promised termination papers. My wife clutched my arm, nails digging in, voice trembling. "Please, Caleb, not here. We can talk at home, please." I peeled her fingers off my sleeve one by one. "You wanted everyone's attention tonight," I said quietly. "Congratulations, you have it." Around us, phones were subtly angled, whispers already spreading like wildfire. By morning, the entire company would know. Nathaniel tried to stammer out some excuse about misunderstandings and professional boundaries, but his VP cut him off with a curt, "Nathaniel, my office, now." It wasn't a request. It was the end of a career. My wife made one last desperate grab for my hand. "We can fix this. Please don't leave." I looked at her. Cold, calm, finished. Fix what exactly? Your reputation? His job? Or the marriage you torched months ago? Her lip quivered. For once, she had no comeback. I delivered the final line, still soft, still devastating. "Enjoy the rest of the party. You two deserve each other." I turned and walked away while the room buzzed behind me. Nathaniel was already being marched toward the exit by senior leadership. My wife stood alone in the middle of the ballroom on Washington Avenue in St. Louis, Missouri, surrounded by stares, judgment, and the smoking ruins of every lie she'd built. She reached out one last time as I passed through the doors, but I never looked back. They wanted the spotlight. I simply gave them consequences. And that night, at the company gala in downtown St. Louis, I didn't just walk away from a cheating wife and her predator boss. I walked into freedom.